Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Previously, we got ourselves in the middle of helping Ilia attempt to recover her memory. It's been quite a while since we last saw her, but apparently the game thinks it's time for us to help her out. Turns out she might be an integral part for us to help revitalize our Dominion Rod since it doesn't work in present day. So we're essentially killing two birds with one stone here. And the last time, well, the last of what we saw of this little quest is that we recovered a statue that helped Ilia remember of someone that helped her out in a village somewhere in the Lanayru province. So today, we're gonna head over to Lanayru. Over here. And warp at the Castle Town portal. Because that is the closest one I can think of that can take us to where we have to go. To give you an idea how far we have to go back for finding this place, just take the original route that you went through to get into Lanayru when you were investigating this region for the first time while cleansing the Twilight. Essentially, take that same route but go backwards. And by going through this small area, you'll eventually find a bridge that we've seen several times already in our quest. Just get pelted by all these Tektites, but they're not worth the time of day, or night in this case, at the moment. We've seen this bridge a few times. The last time we saw it was when we were, I think, acquiring a piece of heart by using our spinner. And that's where it happens to reside. We'll switch off the human lake. It's actually right there, but I want to take care of these guys first. Because they're just being quite the annoyance. They deserve to get their comeuppance. And there's you, buddy. Yeah! Take that. I'll leave those archers be. I'll take that, though. You can see in the items button assignments section thingy on the screen that I equipped the Hawkeye along with my bow and arrow. That's something you should probably do before you enter this cave. For the longest time, we have passed by this, but it was blocked up by a rock slide as Ilia mentioned. But thanks to Darvis, he was able to clear that mess up for us. Well, I guess it's not done yet. There's still more he has to clear out. Never mind, it's done. There's a hidden village up ahead, little human. The elders call it a forgotten place. This scent has been burning my nostrils. It is the scent of evil. There's one powerful creature I've seen about, but under that beast are many minions who attack and plunder like a pack of hyenas. There are 30. No, at most 20 of them ahead. They are probably just a small band of survivors, ragged remnants of who have settled, leaderless, into this village. If that's all there is, little human, then you alone are more than enough for them. But you will have to defeat them all to see that girl's benefactor. Before you go, I will tell you the secret to besting them. Destroy them all before they spot you. Got it, little human. I said Darwin ended up being helpful for us in the end. It's been a long time since we saw him during the Goron Mines part of our adventure. Nice to see him lending a helping hand too. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hidden Village, one of my favorite locations of the game, and one of the reasons was from the twangy music we just heard. I love the vibe of this place. We already seen several parts of this entire game's presentation being based on like a Western theming, Western theming settings and such. But this is where it's like at its most highest in my opinion. So whether it's 30 or 20, it doesn't really matter. We can snipe them all thanks to our bow and arrow. It's not necessary for you to have the Hawkeye, but it does make it really handy for you to have on hand. Especially when we want to have some good sniping fun taking out this pack of boblins. You can take out the most of them from the welcoming side here, but you'll have to move into the village at some point because there are a few of those pesky boblins that you cannot snipe from this position. We got 11 taken down. And whatever you do, do not leave this location at all, because if you do, you'll have to take out all of the boblins all over again. I see one over there. This is one of the best spots to have fun with the bow and arrow, regardless if you have the Hawkeye or not. You can still go either way in my opinion, because I love having fun with the bow and arrow, both with and without the sniping feature. Having the Hawkeye, it is optional, keep that in mind. But it does make for sniping to be a little more fun. Regardless though, you'll have a good time at this part of the game if you've got used to using the bow and arrow at this point. More than half of those bullets were taken out. See that? Yeah, that's another one taken out. Try to be careful where these bullets lie. You can smash up some of these old windows to go inside. I don't mind taking you out the old-fashioned way. There's one up there. Ah, nice try. Let's move over back here. We could possibly get a position near these crates. Not good enough. It's because of this stick. Once it gets acting up, my movement's not as accurate as it usually is. Doesn't matter, we took that guy out. Now, I'm pretty sure if you smash one of these windows, that's probably the one over here. Yeah, there's a cuckoo over there, which means there's the final howling statue. However, I advise you not using this now, because like with exiting this hidden village, if you do so, wow, that guy got like a lucky shot on me from that specific moment. But I was able to not only hit his arrow, but kill him at the same time with my own shot. Excellent. As I was gonna say, don't take the howling statue down, because like with leaving the village, if you do that, that's gonna reset the counter for the boblin herd you have to eliminate. Aha! I did that twice! Nice. I remember for a fact there's a couple boblins hidden up in this particular settlement. Oh, there's no one over there. And there's one up there. That's the last one! Alright, I thought there was one more I had to take out. The howls of the beasts. They faded into silence. Wait, are you? The Savior! It's you, the Savior! Please, please forgive me for not opening the door. My name is Impasse. I'm the last resident of this poor village. My name comes from the Great One who built this village so long ago. The village was once the secret home of a proud tribe who served the royal family. But it fell to decline and became infested with dangerous beasts. It became an awful place. Excuse me for asking, but is your name, Link? Ah, I knew it! So then, you saved that nice girl. How lovely. When she was here, she would often cheer me up by saying that you would come to help. That sweet girl. She worried about this old woman even as I helped her to escape from here. By royal order, I can't leave this place until a certain person arrives. No matter what terrible fate is visited upon it. Oh, but listen to me blather on. I have a favor to ask. Would you help me return this to her? I think she always kept it close to her heart, but even so, she didn't hesitate to part with it in order to protect me. This is Ilia's charm. She left this charm with a woman. She left this charm with a woman who saved her. It's the key to getting her memory back. So we gotta show this to her the next time we do see her in Kakariko. I believe in my heart that it's kept me safe all this time. So please, I ask that you return it to that girl. Well, ain't she a nice old lady? Impasse. Also really tiny too, but I guess that's what old age does to you. She's really short, a lot shorter than I remember her being. The dear girl deserves her charm back. It turned out this old biddy was very grateful. I don't know, I kind of imagined the relationship between Ilia and Impasse to be pretty adorable. Yeah, we can't go into her place. Nice. I didn't think we could, for some reason. Sure, something special inside her home. Yeah, not much to see here. I highly doubt if you return it to Wolf-Link form and use our senses, we won't find anything special here. Maybe there might be an Easter egg or two that might not be familiar with this place. That could be what we could find at best. There's a portrait over here that shows somebody. Maybe it's familiar to someone who's a bigger Zelda fan than I, but I don't know if this is like a hint or not to something else. So, strange enough, talking more about Impasse, there were a lot of sketches depicting her to be a male called Old Man Impa. I wonder why they backtracked on this idea. Maybe they thought it wasn't fitting or just too abnormal to change the Impa figure of this game from a woman to a man, so that's why they didn't forward that idea. They did sketch up a lot of designs for it though, so they were pretty committed to it for a time. Also, we heard the Sheikah that used to hide out in this place. They were the tribe that defended the royal family, if you're familiar with Ocarina of Time. You know that already. But Sheik was originally planned to be in this game, but ended up getting cut. And by proxy, the rest of the Sheikah tribe also got accepted for this game. However, they did keep the design for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and that's the design that Sheik has used ever since. It makes sense because they did use the designs for Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf from this game to use as their character models for Brawl. Oh right, I can't use this because Impasse is outside. So unfortunately, what I have to do here. I wonder if I can do this actually. Nope, still can't work. Man, that girl can see quite a ways away, can't she? I keep pressing the quick change button, but it's not working. So we have to leave this place to try and get that hound statue. But I think I'll keep the hound statue at bay for a little while longer. Usually I would jump at that at the first chance, but I rather want to get this charm back to Ilia ASAP. Alright, silly me. I kind of forgot the reason why I was here to begin with. Also, saw a lot of cats over here in Impass's house. I actually didn't know these little rascals were in here before. We also know that this gal is also quite the cat lady. So what you're supposed to do is not just get the charm, but show her the mini rod. Hey, that rod! Is that the Dominion rod? Ah, could it really be? Are you the messenger to the heavens? Among the legends of my clan, there's a story from the time when the Uka still maintained contact with the royal family. Yet, it's said that a mysterious rod was handed down from the people from the sky, and it was called the Dominion Rod. The rod was only to be carried by the messenger to the heavens when the royal family needed to communicate with the Uka. From generation to generation, my ancestors have guarded the book that by royal decree was to be given to the messenger. This is that book. Please take it. I got so caught up in my excitement that I forgot to show Impasse the Dominion Rod, and by that, we get the Ancient Sky book. It's written in the Ancient Sky language. A crucial word is in it. It's missing some characters. This is a hint of finding a path to the sky. This is what you're really after. The charm that you got from her first, that's actually optional. This book is written in the ancient language of skywriting. I am so glad I stayed in this village. If I had not met that young girl, what would have become of me? Me, that girl must have been ordained by the gods, so that I could be here today to pass on this knowledge. Yes, I was meant to pass on that ancient book from the heavens to you. Please take care of yourself. She's a nice old lady, and she was part of the Sheikah tribe too. So, what more can you ask from Impasse? Also, she loves cats, so if you like cats, then you're definitely gonna be a good race with her. Now, I wanted it to work this time. Yep, that works. Figures, she had to be inside her house for me to transform. So I guess as long as we're here, we will take care of this after all. I meant to put this off later, but I forgot to get the sky book first. That's what we're supposed to get in the first place. And since we're doing this, we might as well take care of the last Howling Stone. I just know I'm gonna mess this up. There we go. I thought it would take me a little longer than that. Well, at least I don't have to worry about this anymore, because this is the last Howling Stone. Let teachings of old pass to you. Take sword in hand and find me. So I believe for a while, that song wasn't made clear what it was referencing to, but up until recently, a possible candidate I found for what that song was could have been the main theme of this game. Or I could be confusing that with another tune. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look that up afterwards. But yeah, that's the possible theme of what that howling song was. And this last spot is gonna be right in front of Hyrule Castle. So at least the last skill we get to learn from the Hero's Shade will be at an easy location. Stuff hidden around here are all stolen monster loot. Want some nice loot? Just dig around your heart's content. Just basically tell you that you can loot stuff here by digging. Nothing special about that. Alright, so now we're done with this, with our business here. We had to get the sky book in the first place, but totally forgot to do that. Hold on, was there a sign here? There's supposed to be a sign around here that you can read it in Hylian language. It's probably that up there. But basically, wherever the sign is, it says, "Welcome to Old Kakariko." So this likely was the old Kakariko village. I mean, it makes sense since it's where the Sheikah used to live. Again, just warping near the very big rear end of a Poda. Even Link takes a small look at it, like, really? This is where I warp to? Alright then. I mean, you can think of a worse place to warp at. Besides, we know Epona is a good companion. So let's end things off for today by showing Ilia here the charm that she used to own. The very same charm that Impas believed that protected her. I knew you once. Yes, this feels so familiar. The scent of hay. Long ago, when we were young, you and I, you were always there. You were always beside me. Link, this gift was meant for you. It was something I wanted to give you before you left on your journey. Please, Link, take it. You don't need to worry about me any longer. Whenever you return, I'll be waiting for you. Link, do you remember what I was saying about the rod of the heavens? Well, actually, it was about the messenger to the heavens who held the rod. The nice woman who saved me told me about it. Apparently in this woman's village, they guard something for the heavenly messenger for generations, so they await him. But they can't give this item away until the messenger arrives with the rod. That's why the lady couldn't leave her village, you see. Say, Lake, do you have any idea who this messenger to the heavens might be? Or even what the rod is? Ah, Ilia. Even with your memory back, you're still not completely in the know of what's going on, but you went through an ordeal all on your own, so I can let that slip. But if you're expecting anything else from Ilia from this point on in the story, sorry, but that's it. That's her subplot. It's completely finished, and now we have her charm, which means we can call Epona to our position literally anywhere we want, or anywhere we can, rather. So we don't have to rely on horse grass anymore to summon Epona. This could have been handy very, very earlier in the game. And poor Ilia too. I feel like she got relegated to being a side character after Zelda comes into the picture. So you know Link isn't coming back to his childhood friend after the main story is done. That just makes this entire subplot thing totally optional. You don't have to show Ilia the charm to keep it for yourself for good. And I didn't actually know about that. I had a feeling for a while, but not until I did some research for this LP, is that I found out that this entire thing doesn't matter for the ending of the game. Whether you restore her memory or not does not make a difference into what happens at the conclusion of Twilight Princess, which is such a huge insult to Ilia. I mean, this girl got shafted in the worst way possible. And what's even worse is that in the Hyrule Historia, there are some concept sketches that show her with a Navi mark on her forehead, so she could have possibly been a companion plant at some point, or probably at first. It's clear that she was meant to have a bigger role to begin with, but somewhere along the way things changed. Then again, she could have been a red herring all along, for you thinking that she might be an important character, but really she did not matter that much. That much! That much in the grand scheme of things. Even still, it makes you wonder why they even include Ilia at all if she was gonna be forgotten just as soon as Zelda came around. I swear, there was so much more they had planned for her, but something happened, and she just ended up being neglected to just being a side character in the end. It's so terrible. I wish she had a bigger role, because it seems that she has a lot of potential to be somewhat important. Yet in the end, all she gets is a subplot, an optional item that you get to keep if you want. That doesn't really matter much because we can just warp anywhere anyway, so that kind of makes her charm completely pointless in the end. And she's just left to be forgotten. It's just terrible. It's a terrible sham of an ending to a character that had so much promise to begin with. Well, at least we got the charm, no matter how useless that might actually be. So, I think we're gonna end things off for today. With that being said, next time, we are gonna show the sky book we got to Shad, who's down the cellar, because that was the important item we were supposed to get, and that's the item we're meant to have our focus on in order to restore the Dominion Rod back to its full power. So we'll be doing just that in the next episode. Until we meet again, farewell for now.